Lógica norteamericana que está moviendo el polo.
Hola, bienvenidos al Polo Sur, donde la temperatura es de 30 grados bajo cero, mucho frío. Festejamos el Año Nuevo hace 4 horas y media, pero la ceremonia más importante está todavía por venir. Acá estamos con alguien del Instituto de Relevamiento Geográfico que nos dice por qué tienen que ubicar sus puestos de observación cada tanto por el movimiento de los hielos que se desplazan 10 metros cada año. Y detrás de nosotros podemos ver líneas de demarcación que han sido colocadas desde 1986 y que nos dan una idea de la ubicación de los hielos. En 1912, el capitán Scott llegó a este lugar. ¿Y cómo pudo saber que había llegado al lugar correcto? Él utilizó un método astronómico que consistía en observar el Sol para determinar la posición del polo. Y bueno, con una aproximación de más o menos 200 o 300 metros, la misma exactitud de Roald Amundsen aproximadamente. Y desde entonces el hielo se ha venido moviendo, así que estamos a 1000 yardas de donde había parado Scott. Y lo que sabemos es que esto no se mantiene estacionario por el movimiento de la nieve y este nivel ha quedado cubierto también por la acumulación sucesiva de la nieve. ¿Y ustedes cómo saben que están en el lugar exacto? Utilizamos la tecnología más avanzada con sistemas de posicionamiento global satelital y utilizamos una estación, una base ubicada también aquí en el Polo Sur. Y estuvimos trabajando en esto ayer. Ahora tenemos 8 satélites conectados con muchísimos datos, observaciones que empezaron a las 04 hora GMT y acá podemos determinar cuál es la ubicación del Polo Sur el 1 de enero del 2000. Así que caminamos ahora, tenemos este verdadero privilegio. Es un hecho muy importante que consiste en poner una nueva demarcación en el polo el 1 de enero. Y lo interesante es que esto tiene una placa, ¿sí? Es un marcador especial para el Polo Sur. Esto ha sido una tradición desde hace 6 años ya. ¿Y qué dice la placa? Dice, es algo muy singular en cuanto a su diseño, ya que representa la singularidad justamente del Polo Sur. Bueno, ¿por qué no hacemos entonces el relevamiento? Sí, voy a colocar la demarcación en este punto del Polo Sur a 1 de enero del año 2000. Les deseamos a todos los miembros de la comunidad científica y nuestra gente de apoyo de Antártida y el programa antártico y a todos los telespectadores, les deseamos un muy feliz año nuevo, siglo y milenio. Muy bien, esta ha sido la ceremonia, hora de empezar la fiesta.
Están parados en el punto exacto del Polo Sur. Si caminan un paso, cambian de uso horario. O sea, están con 10 pasos recorriendo la medianoche de todo el mundo. Y pueden celebrar, y el frío invita a celebrar con algún brindis, el nuevo milenio las veces que ellos quieran, usando todos los meridianos.
Preguntándole a esta gente de dónde viene, a mí me gustaría decirle hola a todos allá en el mundo, espero que lo estén pasando bárbaro como nosotros acá. ¿Y vos? Yo soy Terry, yo quisiera decirle hola a Hailey, mi maravillosa hermana, quien quiero más que nada en el mundo. Hola, yo soy de Seattle. Y saludos a Massachusetts. Saludos a Oregon también, desde acá abajo. ¿Y cuáles son las resoluciones para el año nuevo? Bueno, paz, felicidad y paz en el mundo para todos. Chao. Quisiera saludar a mi madre, a toda mi familia allá en casa. Y a ver, por acá, ¿usted de dónde viene? ¿Y qué tiene puesto? A ver, ¿nos vas a mostrar qué tenés abajo de esa pollera escocesa? Bueno, feliz año nuevo a todos. ¿Y vos cuál sería tu mensaje para tu casa? Joy, te quiero y te extraño. ¿Y dónde está ella? Está en Los Ángeles. Bueno, en realidad es nuestro 5º aniversario de casados hoy. Así que bueno, un saludo para Navidad y Año Nuevo. ¿Y a quién tenemos por acá? Yo soy de China. ¿Y cuál sería tu deseo desde el Polo Sur? Bueno, quisiera desear un feliz año nuevo en chino. ¿Qué quiere decir eso en inglés? Justamente, feliz año nuevo. Bueno, eso fue feliz año nuevo en chino. Y este es Eric de Minnesota.
Nos vamos de la Antártida. Volvemos para presenciar el primer amanecer del milenio. Esto es Kiribati.
And here we are, of course, on the Pacific island of Kiribati, where they're welcoming in the first sunrise of the new millennium. Wonderful traditional dance, wonderful singing, and of course, beautiful costumes there from the island dancers. 6 hours. The people of Kiribati approximately 6 hours into their New Year celebrations already. And of course, in Australia, we've still got one to go. Here in Kiribati, they're celebrating sunrise. And
on behalf of the people of Kiribati,
Well, you're watching 2000 Today, and here we are now in the Netherlands, where a huge Ferris wheel has been transformed into the biggest clock in Holland.
Capital of Holland. For me and the people of my city, it's a great honor to participate in the worldwide Millennium celebrations.
This is Dam Square now in central Amsterdam, and we're going to hear from Dutch-born jazz vocalist Denise Janner. She's going to sing a song called Different Colors, One Rainbow, a message for racial unification around the world.
The world in which we live today ain't always the same place to play.
North Vegas.
Some people hate each other just because of their color. Look around, and you will see that there ain't enough harmony. We got different cultures everywhere. This only means there's much we can share. Different colors, one rainbow, all united in variety. Different colors, one rainbow, blended in one harmony. You know, racism we don't need. It's fed from ignorance, and it leads to thoughts of wrong superiority. It's poison to the mind, you see. Teach your children how to love, not to hate, but teach them to rise above. Linking in colors, borders or race, so we all can live in peace. Oh, yeah. One rainbow, all united, variety, yeah. Different colors, one rainbow, blended in one harmony. We gotta remember that we're all the same. We gotta remember, same color blood runs through our veins. We gotta remember, make this world into a better place. We all belong to the human race. Oh, yeah, Eli!
This day and age, we essential. Yo, we treated all equal, like we lethal to this world. If we just start to change up all our ways and bury the cliches, this is the day, this be the battle of life. You know this, yo, we all gonna go this right. We are the world, we all getting this together now. Everybody throw their hands up in the air now. Let's go like this, and we go like that. If you wanna go the world, but we go like that. Check it out one time. Let me know, come on, man, you gotta find this temple.
One rainbow, all united in variety. Different colors, together we're one
Denise Janner there, jazz singer in Amsterdam. Now in news just in, jailed Australian care worker Branko Jelen has been released from the Yugoslav prison where he has spent the past few months. Foreign Minister Alexander Downer says that Mr. Jelen has been released on humanitarian grounds after the granting of clemency by Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic. Australian care workers Steve Pratt and Peter Wallace, who were arrested with Mr. Jelen in July, were freed earlier this last year. Now, the hostages on board the Indian Airlines jet in Afghanistan have also been released, and we hope to bring you vision of that as I speak. The 160 passengers and crew have left the plane in the Afghan city of Kandahar. The hijackers have been told that they will not be given asylum and have been given 10 hours to leave Afghanistan. The news ends an 8-day ordeal for the hostages, including Australian man from Melbourne, Peter Ward. The 5 hijackers, some armed with pistols, were last seen leaving the airport for talks with Indian and Afghani government officials. In the last few hours of the drama, the Indian government agreed to their demands to release 3 Muslim militants in exchange for the 160 hostages. And they're leaving the plane now, as you see. Conditions, of course, have been absolutely appalling, and a wonderful new year for them. And we send them our best wishes. And as you may have heard already, a big surprise from Boris Yeltsin at the end of the last millennium. He stepped down to favour Vladimir Putin, who'll step in his place. Mr. Yeltsin says there will be an election early this year, so we'll stand by to see what happens there. My great pleasure now to introduce to you Sydney, New South Wales weatherman Mike Bailey.
Good evening to Deb. I mean, is it evening or morning? I've kind of lost track.
Yes.
I mean, where are we? This magnificent armchair trip around the world we're having at the moment. I'm jet lagged just from watching at home. I kid you not. It's wonderful to be travelling west the way we have, seeing so much. And now, of course, coming back almost the other way and seeing the sunrise as we did in Kiribati just a few minutes back. It is like flying because we've been through a night and we'll go into another night as we get into Europe. We saw a dam square there just a moment ago, and there's so much more to come.
It's fascinating. Wonderful. And of course, still night time in Perth, Western Australia. We'll be crossing there very shortly for their midnight celebrations. Just on the issue of that, we'll talk about what we're going to do next. You may have heard of the big media battle over the last 12 months to secure exclusive rights to an event in a remote part of New Zealand. The Chtam Islands are the centre of attention, for it's there that you get one of the first views of a sunrise of the year 2000. Included in the ceremony you're about to witness some of the last descendants of the Moriori people, an elder of the Chatham Island community. Signifying the transition from old to new, he's standing on Rangaika on the mainland and holding the hand of his granddaughter.
Of the year 2000. For those that have passed on, let us remember them. This is a new dawn, a new millennium, and a new generation.
Kai mai tonga haka, ti he kai mai kora kora, ti he kai mai tamatea, ti he kai mai rohuru, ti he kai mai ruaneri, ti he kai mai tauo, ti he kai mai reana, ti he kai mai reata, ti he kai mai ruatara. Nature's gifts abound in me. Oh, Mori, Mori, Ori, you are home to me. Far from the outposts of the empire, set amidst tumultuous seas, wooded headlands, sands of mire, find my heart.
Lied gecomponeerd voor deze ochtend. Het gaat over vrede en hoop. Dat is de duif. Staat voor de vrede. Het is een albatros, een duif, een roodborstje en een kiwi. Een kiwi staat symbool voor de vriendelijkheid, de duif voor de vrede, het roodborstje voor de hoop en de albatros voor de kracht. China, het is Peking. Een speciale Millennium altaar gebouwd en daar staan wel 25.000 mensen. Daar is het altaar. En dadelijk komt hier het vuur aan van de grotten van Tsukujang. De titel kwam iets te vroeg. Dit is de president. En zou zo president Jiang Zemin een toespraak houden. Met aftellen. Aftellen tot 12 uur. Uur in Peking, de hoofdstad van China. In Peking is vuurwerk. Ook in China is de nieuwe eeuw, nieuwe millennium ingegaan. En alle symboliek. En de president die zijn mensen goeiedag zegt en een gelukkig nieuwjaar wenst.
Katangit akoko, katangi ai uki mātou. Tu mai koto, tangi ai koto, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Kia rute. Whiti atu, whiti mai. Hi-ha! Hi-ha! Whiti atu, whiti mai. Hi-ha! Hi-ha!
Nou, dit lijkt me weer de zon die opkomt op de Chtam Eilanden. Dit zijn dus rechtstreekse beelden van de Chtam Eilanden bij Nieuw-Zeeland. En ook in Peking in China is het jaar 2000 begonnen.
We're in the Philippines now. Here we are in the Philippines. The show moving very quickly tonight because, of course, several countries share similar time zones. So we're trying to bring you as much as we can at the moment. And here we're looking at the events in Asia. We had a few technical difficulties with the events out of China, but here we are in the Philippines. A beautiful, beautiful singing voice there. And we'll be taking you right across Asia and indeed across the world in this telecast as we head west in the next 20 hours of broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Best News Presenter awardee of the 1999 Asian Television Awards. Let's all welcome Mr. Mike Enriquez.
Everybody please rise. And in a grand celebration of a new millennium, let us remember that every beginning is made possible only through the will and grace of God. Lord, on this threshold, bless us with the wisdom to review our lives, to recognize our faults before we condemn others of selfishness, corruption, and abuse of power, to examine our own material preoccupation first, before we point to our neighbor's opulence, to care for our world as much as we care for ourselves, because you gave us this world to ensure our existence. We lift our hearts and minds and surrender to your almighty power. Shower us with your divine mercy to renew ourselves. And may the Filipino people and the rest of the world, created in your own image and likeness, worthy to be called your children, not only in this new millennium, but for all time. You must hold on and dream of a place that is safe and peaceful isang minuto. Sabay-sabay natin bilangin. Sabay-sabay natin bilangin ang pagdating ng bagong milenyo. Mapapanood tayo live sa buong mundo. Sasabayan po natin ang relos.
This coverage is coming to you
1 minute
live
and
from the
30
Philippines.
seconds to go.
2000 today.
Mapapanood po ito via satellite sa buong mundo. Handa na ba kayo?
Handa na!
1 minute and 5 seconds to go.
Midnight in the Philippines. We are in Taiwan for the next part of our presentation. We are moving very rapidly from one country to another as part of 2000 today. We move now to Taiwan, where ceremonies are going to be a little bittersweet tonight. We're about to see the custom of flying sky lanterns, which has been passed down for centuries. But this year, there will be a mix of emotions because, of course, Taiwan was hit by a particularly severe earthquake back on September the 21st of this year, registered 7.6 on the Richter scale and led to the deaths of some 2,333 people. And the kite flying ceremony is going to commemorate those people and also express hopes for a better future in 2000.
Happy New Year！ 2000年快乐！千禧年快乐！我们现在要释放下一批的天灯，特别请到太极门气功养生学会的吴道子。OK， 我们一起说 Happy New Year！Happy New Year！ 你们的声音 Happy New Year！ 听不见 ！Happy New Year！ 我们可以看到，在这个天灯上面有各国 peace 和平的字样。我们祝福全世界和平、幸福、美满、快乐、平安，好不好 ？Happy New Year！ 新年快乐！各位，一旦你旁边
We're watching here the ancient custom of flying sky lanterns. It's been passed down for many centuries in Taiwan. It's a very important part of New Year's celebrations, and it's coming to us from Pinshu village. The custom will end tonight with the release of a particularly large one, about an 18-kilometer large sky lantern, right on midnight in that time zone.
未来的主人翁，很多的小朋友们在台上演唱着《世界之爱》这首歌。同时，我要邀请我们的公共电视董事长吴董事长，还有我们的院长王金平先生，以及我们台北县大家长苏贞昌县长一起走向主舞台。现场的朋友，我们一起说新年快乐！预备起 ！Happy New Year！ 耶！千禧年快乐！千禧年快乐！耶！我们在小朋友的歌声当中呢，把这首《世界之爱》传送出去，它代表了就是我们的爱、希望以及祈求世界和平的心愿。希望在借由天灯的冉冉上升之中，把我们的温暖、把我们的祝福、把我们台湾的特色、台湾的团结、台湾的强韧、台湾所有一切最好的东西，传达到世界上的每一个角落，好不好？现在在我们台上的是我们这个非常重要的3位长官。首先，我们就是要谢谢我们的院长王金平王院长，然后谢谢我们的主办单位
midnight Singapore, and all eyes will be focused on the heart of Singapore.
From Taiwan, we've moved now to Singapore.
Big ambitions.
Sensations, new kicks in the candlelight. She's got a new addiction for every day and night. She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. She'll make you live her crazy life, but she'll take away your pain like a bullet to your brain. Come on, outside, inside out, just living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you. City, in a funky chick motel. She took my heart, she took my money. She wants to slip me and slip and down. She never drinks the water, makes you order French champagne. Once you've had a taste of her, you'll never be the same. Yeah, she'll make you go insane. Outside, inside out, just living la vida loca.
From Singapore, we've moved now to Hong Kong, and the focus of New Year celebrations there, rather fittingly, is the racetrack. Of course, racing has been very big for a very long time in Hong Kong, and tonight's meeting is a rather special one. The first race was getting underway around 6:15 local time. The last race is about 2 a.m. on the first day of the new millennium. It's a particularly interesting meeting because a large prize will be given away at the end of the final race of this particular program. But it's estimated that something like 1 billion Hong Kong dollars will be wagered on the various races being conducted at the track for this very special evening.
這個世界，看看這個世界，卸下了千載的萬狀，盛放千載的花，輸出千載的香，大地上一切亦漂亮。聯合這世界，天地同盟，為這新世紀開張。讓我將我心燃亮，將眼睛擦亮。為這盛世石強光，指出遠景新去向，每顆心與心聯繫，不竭的勉勵，同為這大勢定放亮，合力迎盛世。
前夕，经历多少变动，依旧有东方的巨龙。
巨龙，巨龙，飞入现代天空，实现那5000年的梦。
踏進新的千禧，大地互助互利，人同人牽引互動，強調愛與説，推動和平，盛世推向更高峰。讓我將我心燃亮。
在正對千禧的曙光，這個世界，看看這個世界，卸下了千載的萬狀，
盛放千載的花，輸出千載的香，大地上一切亦漂亮。聯合這世界，天地同盟，為這新世紀開張。讓我將我心燃亮，雙眼睛燦亮，同為這盛世石強光，指出遠景新去向，每顆心與心聯繫，不竭的勉勵，同為這大勢定放亮，合力迎盛世。Let us light up all our hearts, open wide our eyes, for this new era, shine our light, show the vision, point the way. Let us link up all our hearts, heart to make always, set this strategy globally, for prosperity.
Jackie Chan leading a bevy of Hong Kong entertainers there at the racetrack. Bit of a break in proceedings on the track for that wonderful song, one of a number of compositions that have been written in various parts of the world as we go from 1999 into 2000. It's already happened here in Australia. It is happening now in places like Hong Kong.
少少啊！我驚喎，但我見到你好鎮定、好威猛喎。我哋有冇少少片段可以睇翻啊？
好啊！嗱，而家咧特首暫時咧就離場，因為佢會去走會，一陣間仲有我哋嗰個千禧賽馬嘛，係啊！多謝董特首，多謝董夫人，
多謝晒，多謝。好啦，咁我講翻咧，正話阿小黑哥咧飛落嚟嗰陣咧，我就見到阿鄭伊健啊、阿謝霆鋒啊、阿張國榮啊等等咧，都戥你好緊張。咁我哋可唔可以咧睇翻下嗰啲嘅片段？好啊，好啊。睇下咩情況係咪啊？得唔得？有嘛？有嘅。呢隻翼
飛落嚟，我又倒數到好多次啊！
哇嚇，睇下先。你當時企喺上高幾耐啊？你當時？
15分鐘到啦，3個字嘅。
3個字就上咗去。
其實唔係企啊，係吊住喺度。
吊住，
係啊，
吊住喺度。
You're watching 2000 Today on ABC television, and we are heading now into Argentina. This is some of the magnificent countryside of that great nation, and we are heading by helicopter through Patagonia towards the Hayrito Morea Glacier.